Hello and welcome to another exciting edition of Creative Lounge. My name is Ahmed Mohamed Bello. You know what we do here? This is your number one art showcase. And today on this episode of Creative Lounge, we have someone very special. She goes by the name Anila Adnan. She's the founder of Art Addiction Gallery. She's from Pakistan and she works here. She does art here in Nigeria. In fact, she has an art school. You're welcome to Creative Lounge.
Thank you so much for having me.
Your place is very beautiful.
Thank you so much.
Yeah.
It's a work of like so many years. So actually, I like decorating the house and everything. So
Okay.
you can see a variety of works are there.
Okay. When did you get into art?
Actually, when I was a very little child, I was into art actually, but my father didn't want me to be an artist. He wanted either doctor and an engineer.
Okay.
So but I used to paint at home. You know, those days there was no internet and all that.
Yeah.
So those greeting cards, we used to have at home, you know, birthday cards and all that. I used to copy as it is. And in my school also, the diagrams, I was a science student. So there was a biologist, in the biology subject, we have to draw so many diagrams.
Okay.
So I was very good in it. I used to it was a photocopy type of work I used to do. Exactly. My teachers used to appreciate me a lot. At that time, I didn't know because those days, like whatever your parents would say, we would follow. This is a different generation now. So I said, okay, my father wants me to be a doctor. I was doing a pre-medical and all that.
Okay.
So I went to boarding school. There I got distracted and
In Pakistan? Okay.
he sent me for higher education to Pakistan.
Okay.
But we were living in the north, Maiduguri side, Chad Basin Development Authority.
Okay.
So I did primary and secondary in Bida, primary in Dikwas in the
Okay.
north,
Okay.
and secondary in Bida.
Okay.
So after secondary, I had to go to Pakistan for higher studies. So
Okay.
and then when I saw my marks a little bit less, I was so disappointed and I was disheartened. So I changed my line without telling my parents. So to fine arts,
Okay.
because fine arts was my another crush.
Okay.
So when I went to fine arts, it was because I had no basic education of like secondary, primary, and
In art.
college in the art. I was a science student, but there's so much they do also in the art. They teach in the
science.
colleges and all. I just crossed like from one, like all my life I had been doing science. Then when I reached to a level, then I changed. In the theory is very hard. People think fine arts is very easy, whereas it's not. There is a lot of theory. There is, apart from sketching, drawing, painting, there are techniques of painting, techniques of printing, then history of art,
Yes.
then wood, how to make prints through woodcut. It's called woodcut. Lithograph. When you print through when you print on the stone,
Yeah.
then you print it. So there are so many things people think, mostly because maybe it's not taught or an ordinary person doesn't know. They think only oil painting or acrylic painting is the type of art, but whereas it's not. There is so much vast variety of arts. So I changed, and it was hard for me, but I was persistent because I wanted to prove my parents, who were not happy with my change of the subject. So I wanted to prove that I got first division actually in the first year, second year, third year also,
Okay.
because there were 4 years of graduation. So I made my parents happy.
But you didn't tell us the name of the art school you went to?
Punjab University, University of Punjab
Okay.
in
Punjab.
Lahore.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
So that is the main. There are other colleges also, but I did it is a government university and
Okay.
is fully equipped. And when I got the admission, actually, it was I applied very late because I was thinking what to do. Even I took admission in the botany and zoology
Okay.
for doing BSc. Then later when I applied, it was late, but I was persistent. I wanted to take admission. Didn't want to waste time.
Okay.
So I was in the waiting list. Then I got, and thank God I got the admission. So
Cool.
I'm here now.
Interesting.
So after doing my masters, I got the job in a school. It was city school.
Okay.
It was my first job and last day of the university and first day of the job. So I didn't miss any day.
Okay.
So there also, I didn't get the job of an art teacher. It was a geography or an history teacher.
Okay.
I was appointed as history teacher.
Okay.
So later on, I just did voluntary work for the school.
Mm.
After my own teaching in the school, I used to go to headmistress, give me work I want to do, just free, like on my own, just for my own self.
Okay.
Also to let people know that I can do art. When they saw me doing so much work, I decorated the whole school with my paintings and all that. They said, okay, wow. Then the fine arts teacher of that school, she resigned herself.
Why?
She said, you are better than me, it's better you stay and I'll leave.
That's so.
So I stayed in Pakistan for 11 years after my marriage.
Okay.
After my job,
Okay.
I was working in the same school but different branches, because there are different branches of the same school. Like city school has like 200 branches.
Okay.
They are unified. They are interconnected. There are competitions,
Okay.
unified exams. Everything is unified. So it's a big network of schools.
Schools.
So from primary school, I went to secondary, then higher and higher. Then moved at different, one branch to another.
So why did you choose this style? I noticed you use a lot of yellow and orange, in most of your paintings around. Why?
Yeah,
did
I
you...
think it is natural, because sometimes it's not intentional. Maybe
Okay.
it is inside me. Like yellow gives, it's the color of life. Like day is the sun is in the daylight is
daytime.
light. In yellow, and the night is dark, black or blue. So I give high contrast with the yellow, with everything like blue and yellow, red and yellow, orange and yellow, green and yellow.
Okay.
But it's not intentional. Later on, some people noticed and they told me, you use a lot of yellow. Then I noticed my paintings and they were right.
Okay. And you also explore a lot of flowery paintings?
Yeah, you can see I'm obsessed with nature
Okay.
from my childhood. When my father used to take us, when we were living in the north,
Okay.
on the weekends we will go for picnic,
Mm.
and the funny thing is my father would take our books, sketch pads and everything.
Okay.
So after having picnic, he would tell us, okay, take out your books. Have you ever seen anybody having this kind of father? So he would say, okay, take out your books.
Okay.
So we would enjoy sitting on the mat, and he would say, ask us questions, okay, mathematics, science or something. So, and then he would appreciate, like he would force us, okay, while we are driving, he would not put music, he would say, okay, observe the nature around. He would not let us sleep in the car. He would say, look at this tree, look at this branch, look at these are rocks,
Yeah.
look at these red birds, they are red birds, in the north when it's rainy season.
Yeah.
So we were always looking around, because my father wanted us to observe nature, because he was a nature lover. So from the background, we have farms in Pakistan.
Okay.
So he was in love with nature. We used to do gardening, flower gardening and vegetable garden, fruit gardens. So because in the north, the houses are extremely big, front, back, there's a lot of space.
Yeah.
So he will always engage us
In gardening. Okay.
we have no time to waste and look for something, waste our time. So everything would come from the garden, fresh from the garden, like all the vegetables, coriander,
Fruits.
like everything from our own garden. And then after, because he would make in bulk, then he will keep all neighbors. In the evening, he would cut the vegetables, put in the car, and give all the neighbors just to please. Like he wanted, because he was enjoying doing it.
Yeah.
Then he would give to everybody. Then I think I learned from there. Also, I knew how to do gardening, how to do cutting, trimming, and how to transplant, how to every kind of flower, how to graft, and all these things. I learned from my father.
Okay.
So that I implemented here in my garden. You can see there's a beautiful garden.
I noticed.
Yeah. So that is, I think, interconnected with my paintings,
painting.
because what you like, that you paint. Portrait is not my specialty. Also, being Muslim, I'm so many times I'm asked not to paint portraits. So I try to make, like, I camouflage, like I turn the face or something like that.
Abstract like.
Yeah, I put goggles, like not direct face, but I have reduced it. Even though I can make, it's not. I can make abstract. I can make portrait, life drawing, nature drawing. Every time I like to explore everything. And from beading, from because I'm in art, I was an art and craft teacher.
Okay.
So I know techniques, different techniques. So whatever I taught my students, that I also apply in my works.
In your work.
So even whatever jewelry I wear, it's mine. I paint my own clothes,
Okay.
like with silk paints. I can decorate my own shoes, my handbag. If you see my handbags are also painted. So everything is art.
Yeah.
That is why I was obsessed with that.
Okay.
So I put the name of my gallery, Art
Art
Addiction.
addiction. Interesting. I noticed art has influenced so many things in you. You know,
Pardon?
art has influenced so many things in you. You've painted the tables, the chairs. You know, there's absolutely nothing
Yeah.
you haven't painted here. How has art influenced every other aspect of your life?
I think art, if you are once an artist, always an artist.
Okay.
So everything comes on my way. It has to be turned into art.
Okay.
I have done interiors in different houses here in Abuja. After, coming to Abuja, before I was living in Lagos for 5 years. And before that in Pakistan, I was working in school.
Okay.
So when I came to Lagos, I didn't try to look for a job because of my children. They were young and I didn't want any nanny. And, Lagos is not a place that
Yeah.
you keep a nanny and you go out of the house for so many hours. So I deliberately didn't look for a job, but I started decorating my own house with paintings and all kind of. People used to say your house is like a, wonderland.
Yes, it is actually.
So
It's filled with
when I
wonders.
came here, my children grew up, they were little big. So
Okay.
it is, Abuja is a much, much, much better. I love Abuja. So after they went to school, then I thought a lot of free space, time is there. I started doing interiors for people.
Okay.
Because after decorating my own house, people came and saw my house. They said, wow, you can do beautiful murals. Why don't you do for
Yeah.
my house or my child's room? So from there, I thought, okay, if it's going, and she paid me good, handsome money. I said, okay, money is coming, so let me do it as a profession. So from word of mouth, like she told her friends and her friends told her, I decorated so many houses. I love painting and especially murals. And the bigger the scale, the better I will perform.
Okay.
And when it comes to smaller, it takes a long time to
Yeah. The
to
details. and
details.
everything.
It takes so many days, but the bigger work is faster for me. So even after the houses, I painted many schools. They hired me. So after that, when it comes to payment, people don't.
You don't like to pay.
Especially, I would not like to say, but Nigerians, when they say they give me the job, it's okay, start the job. And, I have to finish the job and find another job.
Yeah.
I can't be waiting for the payment. I can't be stingy. I said, okay, let me finish it. After I finish, then you keep on calling them. They will not pick your call. They will not attend you. They will tell the security, don't attend her. And
That's
then I
bad.
got so many people, my money was stuck every house, $500, 100,000, many places. I was disappointed. Like, what is this when I do my job, complete my job, and I'm not paid for that? So why waste money? Why waste my time? Then I started a job in the school. Then I did so for 5-6 years. I worked here also in Abuja.
Okay. Interesting.
So why I left schools, that they want you to work, but after they're not paid like according to my
The standard.
yeah. Initially there was one British school, they paid me right, but later on they were not. I was not happy with the type of
Payment.
payments they were doing. And the other thing is, they wanted me to, for the primary or very, children at very young age, they don't need theory, because theory will bore them. Already they are doing theory in all the subjects: mathematics, science, English, whatever, literature, whatever. Theory is there. But in fine arts, it should be first give them
The interest.
like they should practical work. The theory comes later. So when they were forcing me, no, you have to bring theory inside and forget the painting, because they charge the parents for the materials, but they don't provide. Many a times I would take materials from home, because I was feeling pity on the children. They don't have interest in the theory. So I would gather things from home. I will start gathering from my friends' places also, like for recycling,
Okay.
like bottles, cans, jute, everything, whatever I could. So I would take to school and I would tell my students to do that, because schools don't provide the
They don't like
petty
to pay.
thing. They would just, many times they would tell me, okay, go to market and buy. It was never.
Encouraging.
In my country, they never did. One I will say just once I want it, I will write a requisition. The next day, they'll be on my table. This was the reason I was able to do so much, because it was just on one call, I would get the materials. And I would find my own car, and I will buy, and then I will bring to school, and then the other teachers are waiting desperately. The art material is coming. They will take.
They'll take.
Because I had art room. Then in my absence, they will come and take scissors, everything. I was just kept adding things, but it didn't work. So I left the job and
Okay.
started my own work.
I see. So in your work, what kind of materials do you use?
I use like different materials.
Okay.
Mostly I use acrylic on them, but materials are the vast variety of materials. I use 3D to make it 3D.
Okay.
I can paint, I can use beads, I can broken like pieces of anything, or even sand.
Okay.
Different things I can incorporate in my paintings. And also I work with cement craft,
Okay.
paper mache. I make collage with when you'll go around, you'll see. Even on the paintings, I use paper mache.
Okay.
Then others like white cement. So many things. Materials are like so many materials I
So
use.
many materials. You use pastels too.
Yeah.
Interesting. But in all of these materials, which is your favorite?
Which is my favorite?
Yes.
Actually, it changes from time to time.
Okay.
My priorities and my likes change from availability of materials to what time frame, what I'm learning.
Yeah.
Because every time I want to experiment something new. So at that time, like when I was in Pakistan, I used to do a lot of stenciling, spray,
Okay.
lot of spray, because spray was new at that time. I would buy lots of paints, every color, and I would spray on the walls, make
Spray cans.
stencils. Then also they are very expensive. Now they are very expensive. But when you get materials and especially wood, I like to make 3D works.
Okay.
From the day first. 3D work is something that it is little bit raised from the surface. It looks more natural.
Okay.
In my painting, you will see little bit of they're raised. I don't raise so much, because if I want to transport, because after rolling, it's not easy to roll actually.
Yes.
So
Yes.
I have reduced little bit, but the painting that are smaller in size or I have to sell here, I, I can make it 3D. You will see in the other place there are just some giraffes and other things. They're really,
Okay. 3D.
they're like relief paintings.
Okay.
So, uh, and any material I get, I
Okay.
do. But 3D is my
Interesting.
favorite. Even in Pakistan, there were competitions in the schools.
Okay.
So I had to do softboard for the school for school for the children to like monthly, if there is monthly like a subject like for example nature or maybe Egypt. For 1 month there is one topic.
Okay.
So every month and after that it's changed. So I am the one who introduced those days when 25 years back or 30, almost 30 years back, when there was no concept of 3D. It naturally came into me that I should make it 3D so that it looks real.
Very real.
So I used to get twigs, leaves, real fruits, dry fruits, and I would stick on the board to look like 3D effect. Still, those teachers who meet me, my headmistress still is in contact with me. They always appreciate and sometimes call me and ask me. They really appreciate. I think if you work hard and you bring new things,
Yes.
and you are always appreciated and you are remembered, because my intention is never to earn money by doing something, because it's inside me, it's my passion. Money comes later, whether somebody pay me less or more, but I want, even if the children come in my hand, I will give them extra time, extra hours, so that I want, if they come even for 1 month, they should go
They
with
gain
something.
something, yeah.
There are people who will, they will hold the child and they will keep only the child for one type of work, and because they think if you tell everything what are we going to do, in 1 or 2 months the child will go, whereas it's not my intention. My intentions are very pure. I want to tell them like very in a fast speed so that another child can come, and my aim is to teach the children and then get busy with my own work.
Okay. Thank you. We'll go on a short break. When we return, we'll continue from where we stopped. We'll be right back. You're welcome back, and it's still Creative Lounge, and with me in the house is still Anila Adnan. Just before we went on break, you were talking about artistic influences, but I want to ask you something. Do you think art is underappreciated in Nigeria?
It is a sad reality, yet it is. It's not appreciated as it is supposed to be.
Okay.
I think there are many reasons. The first thing that we have, it's in Nigerian. Whenever you want to sell anything, it is the locals who have to support you. So whereas the locals, there are so many reasons. Maybe they cannot afford. One
Okay.
thing they cannot afford, and the other thing is their priority is the basic priority is food and shelter and clothing. When economy is so bad, how can you imagine that any ordinary person will come and buy a painting? First of all, you have to put in their minds what is the value of art. That has to come. You cannot overnight you put in the people's head that okay, buy art, appreciate art. It cannot happen. You have to have, from the very childhood, you have to train the children.
Okay.
From the schools, from homes. Like a mother should tell their child, okay, they should play with the children and tell them to, like, there should be competitions at schools, and the mother can tell the child, okay, let's play this game, and then they should appreciate, okay, art should be appreciated from the very childhood.
Okay.
It should be inculcated in the child's mind, like how to appreciate things, how to appreciate nature, how to be grateful to your parents, what they're doing for you. and be helpful to people, appreciate things, what you are getting, all the blessings you are getting. Then also appreciate your surroundings, your nature, your God. Be grateful to your God. So then also appreciate things surrounding you. Like when a child does something, the
Yeah.
mother should appreciate the child. Okay, well done, child, you have done. Or the teachers should create healthy competitions, and then they can tell the children like, okay, there's a competition of painting. The child who wins the first, I mean, the best, who does best can get the first award.
Yeah.
So from the colleges, from the schools, from the smaller school to bigger, and then colleges and to universities, when there's a healthy competition, then those children, like for example, after, you imagine after 15 years, if you start from today, after 15 years, of the children who will do masters, they'll be well equipped.
Equipped with the knowledge of art.
In the schools, they should not be only theory and theoretical education. There should be moral education as well, how to appreciate others, how to help others, whereas it's not happening.
Right.
Mothers don't have time, they are doing businesses, they are doing other things. The structure, the family structure also need to be little
be
bit
worked out.
changed in this vast world of this technology, and things are going worst from worst to worst.
I understand. As a business owner, in the arts industry, let me ask you, what are the secrets of, running a business, an art business in Nigeria to be successful?
I think I'm not the very right person to tell, because many things I also wonder what's the secret. This is a small place. I don't know much about, but it's what I can tell. The secret is you should have more contacts.
Okay.
The people who support, like your family, your friends, they are the first people who should support a small business, and then the community that you are living around, and how you publicize it, how you market your work.
Yeah.
I think the more you market, wherever you go, you take your flyers, you take your cards, you do your programs often, involve
Yeah.
people. The more people come, the more
The
people
more they
will
know
know.
you.
And these days you can just online, you can do publicity or sell online. People have so many avenues now. Actually,
Okay.
they can sell so many things online.
Okay. Thank you so much. It was really nice hearing you talk about the
Thank
art
you so much.
business, your inspirations, influences, and how nature inspires you. You heard what she said. To run an art business, you need to have a lot of contact, you need to do a lot of publicity. And for parents, nurture your kids, let them appreciate art from young, so that by the time they grow up, they know the value of art and they will tend to appreciate it. This is how much you can take today on Creative Lounge. My name is Ahmed Mohamed Bello. See you same time, same station next week. Bye for now.